But what will eventually end is Creed. So Creed 3, everybody. I want to talk about Creed 3. So Creed 3 is coming out this weekend finally, and the projections are pretty high for everyone. They're saying it's going to make, well, for a Creed franchise, it's going to make 38 to 40 million this weekend, which if you put it next to Creed 1 and Creed 2, Creed 1 made 29 million, Creed 2 made 35.5 million opening weekend. Opening weekend we're talking about, right? Opening weekend. Creed 2 has an 83% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Creed 1 had 95% fresh, but Creed 3 has a 90%. So it's kind of in the middle of both those. Cost 75 million. So if they actually make what's projected like 38 to 40 million, they've almost made their money back just in opening weekend. This is Michael B. Jordan's first directorial project, so he's first time directing.
He's directing.
Yeah, he directed it, yeah. There's a little bit of controversy because there's no Stallone in this one, and that was a whole thing where Stallone wanted to be in it, but they said there was no room for you in the story, so they kind of kicked Stallone out of his own world, which he is pretty bitter about, it seems like, when you hear his interviews. But what do you do? No, he wanted to do it. He wanted to do it. Yeah. He said that at first, but then it came out later where he was like, well, there was no room for me apparently. And it's like, oh shit, So it's I guess he's mentioned it.
Show the Family Stallone or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, the Family Stallone. They're doing the Family Stallone on Paramount Plus, everybody. But for me, I'm like, I watched the trailer. It looks pretty good. Again, it's Michael B. Jordan. And it's our boy Kang, 1-on-1. Kang's
Jonathan
been in
Majors.
Yep, Kang's been in jail.
Hot property, Jonathan Majors. Clocking it, bud.
Everywhere,
Yeah.
He was in jail. He gets out of jail, and he's like, I want to fight you.
I want to fight you.
That's Creed the movie 3. Right there, everybody. Creed 3. So, I mean, projections are good. This is based off of, pre-sales already and what they're looking at the buzz are going to be. So they're expecting about that much, which is pretty good for this when you look at the budget for the movie, like I said, and the other two. So I'm excited about this movie. It comes out this weekend. It's already out, I think, tomorrow. So tomorrow officially going to be out. Sabrina, you saw the trailer for this. You've heard about these projections. Do you think Creed 3 is going to be the best of the franchise? And is it going to be missing something without Stallone? Not sure, huh?
I'm a fan of, this is his franchise. Like, he literally created Rocky. So I thought that he walked away and then was regretful about it. I didn't know that he was pushed out. And since he is pushed out, if that's true, I feel really bad about that. And I think that that's super shitty. And I almost would be less likely to see this, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I think the only reason anyone went to go see the first one or the second one is because of Stallone's involvement, because he is the fucking Rocky franchise. Like, that was the coattail they grabbed onto to make this new installment. So I don't know. I have conflicted emotions. I'm sure it will be good. The first two were good. Like, I'm sure this will be good. I have high expectations for it. Politically, I'm not thrilled. I didn't know that he was pushed out, and I think that they owe any success at all to him. So I'm feeling a little conflicted right now.
Yeah, I know Michael B. Jordan was saying it was time for Creed not to have Rocky there because it's got to be his own movie. But then again, Stallone wrote the second one. He didn't write the first one. Yeah, he didn't write the first one, but the first one he was brought in. And, it was a whole thing where he wanted, the original director wanted to do this. And then Stallone came in for the second one, did a lot more work. So apparently he had an idea for the third one, but I guess it didn't go anywhere because of Michael B. Jordan.
So then he doesn't even get to be in it? Like, that's fucking weird.
That makes me wonder what his initial deal was. Because I know he was coming in as he wrote the original Rocky. I don't know how much of the property they actually cut him, or what his deal was like on that. Because I think he ended up making money on it because he got a piece of the action. And that was an incredible screenplay from an unknown. Are you kidding me? Like,
I know.
He built that franchise.
There was a whole story about his dog. He'd sell his dog or something like that.
His dog, yeah.
Yeah, in order to make that movie happen.
Sell your dog.
How do you sell your dog? I don't know how you sell your dog. I don't even know what that means. Like, that's insane.
Like, how do you do that? And then, and I think he got his dog back, though. I think he did afterwards.
I would hope so. Once you make $1 million on your Hollywood movie.
Yeah, but Mike, you saw the trailer for this. What do you think? Do you think the projections are right? Do you think this movie will be good? And do you think Michael B. Jordan will actually nail it being a director?
Well, I'll tell you a couple of things. Okay, I'm happy that Michael B. Jordan is getting a chance. I don't know if he's been behind the camera other times that I'm just not aware of, but I'm always happy to hear about new directors and people that are actors or who are coming from other parts of the industry, getting a chance to show us through their eyes. Other than that, really excited to see more of Jonathan Majors. He's been killing it. I like my wife and I started watching with that Lovecraft show that was on.
Oh
HBO.
yeah, I haven't watched it. Is it good?
Oh yeah.
It was uneven. It had a lot of promise at the beginning, and it kind of petered out a little bit. It was interesting though. I appreciated it for what it was. But Jonathan Majors was great in it, so I'm really happy that we're getting to see more of him. As far as the beefcakiness of Michael B. Jordan, I'm wondering, like, because we're seeing these sequential movies, like, compared to somebody like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, like if you look at him back at X-Men 1, he's like a big guy. He's like a muscular working out guy, as compared to 20 years later when he's 65 years old and he's just
super shred,
sinewy super shredder, like just pure, like dense meat. So I want to see the side by side, because I bet that after years of certainly no testosterone supplements or any Hollywood smoothies of any sort, he's probably putting on some real beef. So good for him. That's really cool. As far as seeing Creed 3, you lost me with Creed 2, guys. You lost me real bad.
The Dolph Lundgren one, you didn't like it, huh?
Creed 1 was
I will
great.
crush you.
It was an unexpected gem. I was really surprised. Or actually, I wasn't really surprised. I just wasn't going into the theater expecting that it would be amazing. And I thought Creed 1 was terrific. So it was a great movie. Creed 2, maybe due to me coming in with higher expectations, but it seemed like the most hackneyed, warmed over, like it just pulled it out of the freezer and stuck it in the microwave, like least inspiring screenplay
Very harsh.
I've ever had the misfortune of viewing.
Ever.
It was just bad, and it was this bad that I was complaining to my wife while we were sitting down on an airplane about Creed 2, being like, "Man, Creed 1 was good. Creed 2 was just a disappointment." And I sit down, and the guy who's in the airplane next to me, he turns to me and he's like, "Yeah, Creed 2 really was a disappointment." That's my impression of that guy. Is spot on.
Well, Michael Kugler did the original Creed. He wrote it, he directed it, from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. He did both those, so he was the original person behind it. And then that's how he got Wakanda from that. So the thing is, like, and then Stallone came in for the second one and wrote the second one. So maybe that was a part of it. It was a different take, a different perspective of the whole, Rocky franchise. And Stallone was still involved, but not like the main forefront of it, because it's a different character, it's a different take. It's a different perspective. That's why Creed felt fresh, but it also felt like Rocky, I think, Like you still captured Rocky and like his heart and where he was at, but he wasn't having to be the focus. And I feel like Creed 2, he was more the focus, but then also there's that whole storyline of him in the hospital and stuff like that. But this one too is also, it seems like this one's almost like Creed 3, Rocky 3 in a way. It's like Creed's retired and he's got all the money, he's got the family. I bet he'll have a robot. Just like Creed, just like Rocky 3. Going around his mansion.
That will be great. If they don't tease that in the trailers, then they're not thinking.
I hope he has a robot. If he has a robot, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. But it's pretty much like Rocky 3, it seems like. So I don't know. I hear they're saying it's great. I don't know. Like Mike said, it might lost a lot of people after Creed 2. No, Stallone might hurt it, but right now the numbers are looking good for it. So Creed 3
I didn't hate Creed 2.
might be a success. I didn't hate it either, but I feel like it didn't have the same magic as Creed 1.
It does. I'll give it one redeeming thing. Both of the Creed movies thus far, they did a great job. They brought out really diverse audiences, which I was happy to see. If there's one thing that brings us all together, it's two men brutally clobbering each other to try and exercise their daddy issues. So I'm happy to see that crosses boundaries of race and gender, and let's hope that Creed 3 does that too.
Yeah,
great send off, bud.
It's coming out this weekend. Creed 3. Who will win? King, or was supposed to be Superman but not anymore? Michael B. Jordan.
Warmonger. Warmonger will win.
Warmonger or Kang. Who wins?